I have found that men that will go out and do that, it blasts their fear of rejection really forever. Then you can talk with anybody because you've already gotten over the story. You've quit telling yourself the story. So those are the two most powerful ways. I got some other illustrations, but...
Welcome to the Attractive Man Podcast. I'm your host, Matt Artisan. What's up, guys? Today I'm with Josiah Price, one of our top trainers here at the Attractive Man, as well as author of No More Mr. Nice Guy, Mr. Robert Glover, who has tons and tons of knowledge. This guy is a freaking genius. So make sure to listen to the entire episode because we're gonna talk about how to handle rejection from a woman and 3 exercises that you can do to change the way you handle rejection. Imagine what it would be like if rejection was no longer a factor, if you felt fearless when it came to talking to beautiful women. Well, make sure to listen to this entire episode because that's what Robert is gonna talk about. Let's dive in. What are your thoughts on handling rejection? I've heard you speak of this before in other podcasts. Nice guys tend to not even talk to girls because they don't want to get rejected. And maybe it's even beyond nice guys, just people in general. I mean, nobody likes getting rejected when it comes to dating or whether it comes to, going for anything. But of course, it's necessary. I mean, you have to, to get anything in life, you have to
take a risk.
You have to go for it. You're not going to get everything that you go for, but you learn from it. You try again. What are your thoughts when it comes to women and dating? Yeah,
I like the question. When I started dating, I'm like everybody else. I don't want to get rejected. But when I started dating, again, conscious dating was such a powerful personal growth machine for me. And one of the things I quickly learned is that basically the rejection does not exist in the way that we usually think of it. But to take it to the next step, in how we typically think of it, rejection doesn't hurt. Now, we think it does, and so I break this down for men because every time I say this to a guy, guys are ready to fight me. No, of course rejection hurts. It hurts like hell, blah, blah, blah. And I even early on in my dating programs wouldn't let the guys use the R word. And that's one reason why I've even reframed it in all of my teaching and writing as to low interest. I never used the word rejection other than talking about it in this kind of context about rejection, that it's low interest. And here's the deal. Rejection doesn't hurt. And I can demonstrate to people. And I'll give you a couple examples of how I do it, is what our brain does with somebody's perceived low interest in interacting with us, because that's all it is. People either have a high interest in interacting with us or they don't. That's it. That's all. For whatever reason. They're busy. They've got something going on. They don't find us interesting. They got something else to do, whatever. And this is men, women, whatever, it doesn't matter. So what we do with that, if something about that matches an internalized self-belief that I have, that I'm not good enough, I'm unlovable, people can see that, going back to what we talked about from the very beginning, if people find out that I'm not good enough, that's going to hurt, because it does hurt to not feel good enough. Right? But every belief we have that we're not good enough, that is actually an inaccurately internalized belief based on life experiences that had nothing to do with us, but because children and babies are narcissistic by nature, every painful experience we have, we believe that's because of us. There's something wrong with us. That's why this painful thing is happening. It's not accurate, but we all do it. Now, so when we get out there and we get in the dating world, and we get attached to outcome, which Buddha says is the cause of all suffering. I also say it's the cause of all anxiety and the cause of all non-action. As you mentioned, if we don't want to get rejected, we don't do anything. So if I have an anxiety that if I talk to this woman, there's going to be a negative outcome to it, that's going to drive up my anxiety and probably make me do nothing. Or whatever I do, I'll do it really, I'll bumble my way through it. I'll do it really awkwardly. So this anxiety and this fear of getting rejected works against us. So 3 examples I use to try to help guys overcome this idea that rejection hurts. One is if I'm doing a workshop, I'll get the guys all to stand up, and they all pair up, and I give them an assignment. And I say, you guys decide who's partner A, who's partner B. And I say, I'm going to time you guys. And for 2 minutes, partner A is going to keep repeating to partner B over and over again, I want to be happy. You know, I want a new car. I want a big dick. I want a beautiful girlfriend. I want world peace, whatever. And partner B has to keep saying no over and over and over again. Everything they say they want, they got to say no. They do that for 2 minutes. And then I switch them, and then they just trade roles with each other. Now, after they've each done this for 2 minutes, and I'm calling time. Yeah, it's time to stop now. They're laughing, and they're carrying on, and they're having a good time. Now, there's a lot of applications I make of this little assignment, but one of them is I'll say, okay, you guys seem to really enjoy that. Oh, yeah, that was fun. Oh, yeah, this part of it I liked. Yeah. And I go, you guys just spent 2 straight minutes getting constantly rejected. Constantly, you got told no to everything you wanted for 2 minutes. That's rejection. And I go, but you were laughing. You were enjoying. You were having fun. It didn't hurt you. You're, look, everybody's still in one piece. And then I'll ask them, what is the difference? You know, but you're afraid of a woman telling you no. What's the difference? And the only difference is context and internalized belief. Context is, oh, I don't want to get rejected by this woman because I want a girlfriend and I want to get laid and I want her because she's pretty. That's the context. And the self-limiting belief is, if she doesn't want me, I'm worthless and every other woman's going to see me in the same way. The no is not what hurts. It's the story we make up about the no. And story is all context. So there's no story in that little, interaction in the group. So there's no pain. So it's not the rejection that hurts, it's the story. So we've got to start learning to watch our stories. Okay. Another thing I'll do with guys is I'll suggest they go out with a buddy and go out in a night and try to get 3-5 rejections in a night. Now, don't be rude. Don't go up and just like piss a woman off, but just approach a woman with your phone out and say, hey, I'm Robert. I saw you standing here. I got to get your number, because I'm going to call you up later this week and I'm going to take you out for coffee. Whatever. Just do something that requires, a yes or no answer from them in a bold way. And you do that, and your goal is to get rejected. Your goal is to get 5 of those in one night. Get 5 women to tell you no to your request to get a number. Now, it's still scary to go do that. And the first time, there's a lot of anxiety. And so you go do it, and maybe you get a no, maybe you get a nice conversation out of it. And then you're kind of excited, so you go do it again. And what you find after about the second, you're doing a happy dance after each rejection, because number one, you faced your fear. You took away this thing, I don't want to get rejected. So there's no anxiety going to get rejected. If you succeed, great. If you don't succeed, even better. You have a nice conversation or get a phone number. I've gone out at nights trying to get 5 rejections, and I couldn't get 5 women to reject me. I picked the women I assumed were least likely to give me a phone number, and I got their numbers. Part of the reason for that is, if you're not giving a fuck about being rejected, you're going to be bold. And boldness and confidence is the number 1 aphrodisiac for women. And if nothing else, you have some interesting conversations you never would have had if you were so afraid of getting rejected that you never approached.
Yeah, we did a very similar exercise on our advanced boot camp.
It's powerful, right?
Yeah, they give us like $100 in 10s or 20s, and every time they get rejected, they get some of their money back.
I love that tool.
They love it. They end up loving rejection, and they have the same kind of epiphanies, like, wow, it's really hard to get rejected.
And it didn't hurt. And I have found that men that will go out and do that, it blasts their fear of rejection really forever. Then you can talk with anybody because you've already gotten over the story. You've quit telling yourself the story. So those are the 2 most powerful ways. I got some other illustrations, but we kind of get the point that it's the story. We got to get past the story we tell ourselves.
Yeah, it's like they're just taking it personally, and when really the story is she's in a hurry, or the story is she has a boyfriend, she's happy in her relationship, and her boyfriend's right across the street.
It could be, yeah.
Like, that's the story, but we tell ourselves another story. I'm not good enough. I'm a piece of crap. A woman like that would never like me. And if we only knew, but every time we're going to put a story on it anyway, might as well put a story that serves us. That's the way I think.
And why not avoid stories altogether? Because even the story of she's hot, for example, she must be great in bed, or she's hot, blah, blah, blah. Just go talk to people, talk to everybody. And if somebody you're talking to really is interesting, and you think, yeah, and I like how they look. I like these things about them, and they seem to like those things about you. Then go with it, man. Go with it. But now our stories don't serve us. All they do is cause us a lot of pain.
Hey man, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so that you can watch the other episodes from the Robert Glover interview, and make sure to hit that bell notification icon. And listen man, if you want to go deep and really get this part of your life handled, then I highly recommend either one of our live programs. I'll put a link to our bootcamp schedule down below. We're traveling all over the world and we help you become the best, most attractive version of yourself. So I recommend that you click the link down in the description to apply for a free breakthrough session where you'll hop on a phone call with one of our team members and we'll assess your situation. We'll see where you're at right now, where you want to be, and see if we can get you there in the fastest and easiest way possible. I'll put a link to it at the end of this video on the right side. So click that link and let's get this part of your life handled for good. And if you got questions, feel free to follow me and hit me up on Instagram. Send me a DM. I would love to chat with you. And leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know who else you'd love to see us interview, or any thoughts or ideas you have. Leave a comment. Again, my name is Matt Artisan from The Attractive Man, and I'll see you in the next video.